What's up, guys? We're back at Reforge Gaming Lounge. Who am I here with?
You're here with OD Hype. My name is Pedro, and I am the captain of Chi-Town Esports.
My name's Logan. I go by Luge. I'm here to play some COD, man.
Chi-Town Esports. So, like, what games do you guys represent?
This is my first time representing this org, but I believe right now they're currently in COD. They're trying to get into CS:GO, and I believe they're trying to get into the Dota scene, the female.
This weekend we're representing Techno Gaming.
Okay. And where are you guys based out of?
A couple of us. So I'm based out of Atlanta, Georgia. One of my teammates is based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. One teammate's based out of West Virginia, and then another one's based out of Tennessee.
Being a captain of Chi, how do you feel about being captain? Was it like a big step up or anything?
I just feel like originally it was supposed to be my other teammate, but I just have no faith in their maturity because being a captain, I have to have them awake at times, book everything. If I need him to B&B or check us in, like we didn't even know we were supposed to check in. It's the guy who was in the group chat didn't tell me that. I had to go get us checked in right now. So it's more of a thing of like a maturity. So I feel like I'm the most mature on the team. So I was just like, I'll do it out of spite because I don't trust them.
Have you represented other organizations?
I've represented about, this is like my 7th or 8th LAN I've gone to, and every single time I've had an org to represent.
Have you played for any previous organizations before this at all?
I had not serious organizations. I played for an organization that brought me into the scene. It was White Leopard Gaming. That was a year ago when I first started competing in Call of Duty. So besides them, not really. I've played a couple leagues under some organizations, but not like been under an organization.
You feel like online tournaments or in-person tournaments are better?
So in person is better because it's more of like equal for playing field. The PCs are all the same. It's not someone who's having a super PC who's better than you, as well as you can talk all you want. If someone's in front of you and they're online, they're just being like a bad person, just talking crazy. In person, you're beating them. They can't mute you. You stand up, point at them, say whatever you want. So I'm gonna do later today.
Someone trying to get into the CDL, what is like the advice that you would give them?
So get to Twitter, get into like the Twitter communities for Call of Duty, play on like the COD agent website, checkmate gaming websites. All of those, they have free entry tournaments. People start to get to know you. Usually there's one good kid in at least every tournament who has a name, and if you're frying them, they're gonna know you. They're gonna remember that name. If you keep playing them all the time, you're like, yo, you just want to run this one with me? It's a free entry. I don't mind if we lose. Then you guys can become friends and get into the scene. Like everyone who is pro or is that very high in the community has had that one person. It's called their Codfather, or it's like the one who's elevated them to where they're at.
Someone that's looking to get into the CDL as a whole, what are some steps that you would suggest for them to take?
Golly, man, getting into the CDL is hard already as it is. In my opinion, the challenger scene and the path to pro is not what it should be. They don't have open bracket. They don't have a lot of things that give people opportunity. A lot of pros say there's no talent in challengers, but I mean, you look at Mercules with Optic, you look at Abe with Toronto Ultra, two players who come into teams and are arguably the best player on their team. I feel like there should be a better path to pro, but I mean, to answer your question, just getting in and wanting it. I mean, you can't. It's like anything in life. You can't not want it. Because I mean, it is stressful. It is time consuming. It is hard. It's funny to say video games hard, but I mean it is. I mean to go on the up and up from like what you want to accomplish in COD. I mean it's not easy, man. It's hard. So I would just say knowing that you want it, and if you want it, giving it your all.
Okay. Do you agree with this statement? Is the CDL scene dying?
No, I don't agree with that. The CDL, I will say this: the CDL as a whole, like the franchising, I can see them getting away from it eventually. I don't think COD is dying though. And the reason I say that is because I mean, you look like for example, I think this past Champs is not a good example. In Kettering,
What is your favorite video game growing up?
So my favorite video game growing up was Counter-Strike. I
Okay.
was probably like 9 years old playing competitive. That was probably a horrible thing to do for me as a child, but it's what got me into like, the competitive spirit of going to events like this. It got me into Call of Duty, and it's the whole reason why I have a scholarship to go play Call of Duty at college.
But like, what is your greatest pull in Counter Strike? I know the briefcases are a big thing. I have no idea what it is, but like that big pull.
I used to play CS:GO back when like these things called Cato cases were a really big thing.
Yeah.
And it's when 2014 when a major tournament was happening, they released it to the game, and I was opening them, and at the time it was only worth like about maybe $5, but now it's worth 80 grand. It's a 2014 Titan Hollow.
So Logan, what is your favorite video game growing up?
Growing up, man, it was always Call of Duty. Madden, obviously. I played football, so it was always Madden, 2K, and then Call of Duty, obviously. I wish I played it more growing up, and I wish I played it when I was 18 and competed from 18 years old. But I was playing football in college, so I never got the opportunity to.
What position did you play?
I played receiver. I love the movement. I love how the game plays. The maps suck. I feel like that is with every Call of Duty recently. They just suck. Um, so I feel like it diminishes what the game could have been. You know, because omni movement and everything with that. I mean, I feel the game just feels so smooth. The gunplay feels awesome, but the maps is what brings it down.
Walk me through your experience, like your first COD tournament, being signed to an org, that type of thing.
So my first experience, it's like my first time going. I was nervous because I drove instead of flying. It was about a 3-hour drive, and your first event usually you don't have good teammates. It's more of like a prove it to everyone else to see if you're not cheating online, if you're good enough for them to come join, like invite you to go play with them. My first event, we had like a really bad B&B. We were at like some really bad hotel. It was like 30 minutes from the venue. It was just such a bad setup overall, and we got dead last. So luckily I didn't quit after that because I'm here and I had a good time. Because excluding the fact we got dead last, this is my first time meeting a bunch of these people I've talked to online. Got to get a bunch more friends, and then also because they met me and knew how cool I was, and they knew my teammates were really bad. I got an offer to go to a different team, and then I got top 6 at a 32 team event a few months.
Walk me through like a day in the life of being a captain for like an organization.
Not trying to sound like arrogant or anything, but like the team I came here with, I've known these 3 players ever since not ever since I came in. I knew Yin ever since I came into the scene last year. Click, my other teammate, I've known a little bit longer after Yin, and then Careful. Me and him just became really good friends. That's now my duo. Being the captain though, I mean, it's not like we don't scrim. Like it's off season, no one's scrimming. We're not practicing. I mean, we're coming to this event to win the event. I'm gonna say right now, we're gonna win the event.
What is your favorite Call of Duty?
Call of Duty Vanguard. That was 16 at the time, and that's the game that made me pop.
So, God, I mean, I really do enjoy this game. BO6, I mean, it's the game I played the most ever. Like I said, I just started competing last year. So,
In your opinion, what is the best Call of Duty weapon of all time?
weapon, ooh. So, I mean, I've only, like I said, competed the past 2 years. So, I mean, I've only played MW3 and this BO6, so I don't really have an opinion on some of the older guns. I mean, from these past 2 games, I'd probably say the MCW. I think pre-patch MCW was godlike, but I mean, I know there's better guns out there. I just never played COD with those other guns. So
In your opinion, what is the best Call of Duty weapon of all time?
So I'm gonna say the Automaton because that's the one where that's the gun I used in Vanguard where everyone knew me for it. So when I used to play switches back then all the time, and I was getting accused of cheating literally every day, and I was beating pros in those switches. So definitely the Automaton because it just felt so smooth.
Okay. Call of Duty hot take. What is your Call of Duty hot take?
Control is a really good game mode. It's just we complain about it because we've had it for so long. We don't know what to do instead. We just get bored of it, so we complain.
All right, so to enlighten me, I'm not gonna lie. Is it like Hardpoint?
So how Control works is it's inside of that game mode. It's a mini best of 5. There's offense, defense. You both have 30 lives, and there's a time limit.
Oh, so that's what y'all are doing.
That's what you were just watching a minute ago. So there's the both points. You have your respawn. If you run out, the way attack can win is either make the other team run out of lives or capture both points. Defense, they run out of lives or they run out of time. So it's like, and you have to get 3 rounds. So you have 2 offense, 2 defense. If you go to round 5, whoever has more ticks gets defense.
Mode. What is your favorite game mode Call of Duty was?
Favorite game mode, 100% Hardpoint because it's just so much fun. It's even though it's like sprinting isn't always a good thing. It's just so much dopamine to get. You're bored, maybe 11 at night. You don't have to do just hop in a game, try to get a hardpoint, just have fun. Always something that like you'll get dope out of. It's like Search and Destroy. You only get 1 life. You could be dead for like up to 2 minutes. So it's just like you die instantly, and then it's like I gotta wait 2 minutes. So it's very boring. But Hardpoint, you're always respawning.
Word.
it's off season. In a challenger season, to pivot your question, right now, no one's scrimming, no one's practicing. It's off season. But like in a season, I've never been the captain in a season. Like I said, I had last season and just this season, so I'm still on the up and up in the challenger scene. What I could tell you though, from like being a leader myself in other aspects of life and like what a captain entails, I mean, just holding people accountable. I feel like a lot of Call of Duty kids and just esports people in general are very soft. And I feel like when people make mistakes, they just can't take accountability and criticism. And I think being a captain and holding your players accountable for their mistakes is one of the biggest things.
And I personally do not know a lot about the Call of Duty scene, and just like me, there's others that are like, how do you get into the Call of Duty scene? What is the pathway to make it to the grand stage? Could you break that down just as best as you can?
Like I said, I played football in college up until my junior year, and then I got hurt, and I was dealing with injuries the whole time, so I stopped playing. And I always loved Call of Duty. Used to play rank play all the time on my console, not a PC. Just used to play with my buddies, whatever. And this thing called BPL 8s was in the off season last year, and it was just eights, like just free eights. You would play for ELO, no money. You're just playing to play for the love of the game. And I met this guy, and he told me I was pretty good, and asked me to get a PC, and I should compete in challengers. And I got a PC, hopped into challengers, and started playing. And ever since then, I've been on the up and up, hopping from team to team, and just steadily growing in the people I play with and the skill level my team has been. I will say challengers is very hard at the beginning. You will not do good unless you have connections. You will get pooped on. I won't say the other way. Like, you will not do good. But I mean, the way to pro is like I said, you have to be bought in. You have to want it. You can't. It is going to be hours of your time every day. You're going to have to grind. You're going to have to grind more because there's been people playing since they were 16 and they're 23, right? So there's been people who know way more. Like I still don't even know half of what I like certain things in COD. But that's it. The real path to pro is just challengers and then hopefully getting picked up by a pro team. It's so hard, man. It's so hard nowadays, and that's why I said, like, with open bracket, if they could bring that back, like EWC, for example, they just had 5 amateur teams go and compete up against all the pro teams in Saudi Arabia. And 2 amateur teams beat pro teams and sent them home. So it's like there is talent in challengers. Just the way the CDL is formatted and systemized or situated, amateurs and challengers players don't really get the opportunity to showcase their talent as much as they should.
Word. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for your time, bro.
Sure.
For real. Cool. I appreciate that, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rise to Elevate Gaming. We out. Yeah.